Hey, welcome back. So let's resume life. Uh, so last episode, I think after fighting Ignis, we reached this room called the Maze of Reflections, and we met three of our incarnations: good incarnation,
This is
paranoid
it.
incarnation, and practical incarnation. And speaking practical incarnation, we saw that there are a lot of dialogue options and things that he can reveal. So we paused last episode there, and let's resume. Let's resume with his dialogue. But before that, I think we can. These two might be quicker. I feel like maybe let's talk to these two, then return back to practical incarnation. I feel like this is a person who will be able to explain to us most of what's going on and what the deal with this location is, what our life has been, and any other question we can think of. Maybe Transcendent also has some extra input, but I'm feeling like this is where we'll understand the story. Yeah, so let's talk to these two.
Done.
Let's talk to maybe good one first. The man before you resembles you, but his face seems calmer somehow. He gives a slight smile as you approach, and he nods as if in approval. Are you alright? Who are you? Have you ever had any? Okay, do you think I should reduce the music a little bit? I mean, on my end I can reduce, but in the OBS let me bump it down a little bit since it'll be constantly there throughout, and we have heard it enough, right? So it's a bit lower now. Hopefully that's okay. Okay. Have you ever had a name, or was it just the first of us? Who are you? Have we ever had a name, or was it just the first of us? The man chuckled softly. Know that I am your ally in this. I, like these others, have died my death in your mind. Died my death in your mind, and this figment is all that remains. But who are you? Ah, his smile fades, and he looks at you with concern. This must be disorienting for you. Let me try and explain. I am one of your incarnations. I was once lost. I was once lost. Now I am here again. How is that possible? I do not know. Whatever you touched within the fortress has brought pieces of yourself to the surface. He pauses for a moment, thinking. One of the others may know the means of how this came to be, but it is beyond me. Hmm. Did it come into existence right as we came here? That doesn't seem to be the case, right? These three people seem to be waiting here for us to wake up. Hmm. Oh, okay. Maybe we are the last one to wake up. And everyone appeared just now. If you are part of me, there are things I must know. Ask. In order to leave, you must again become part of me. Will you do so? Will you do so? I've had countless lives. Why are there only three incarnations here? Do you know why I want to become immortal? What was life like? I came to this fortress allies, but they have been separated from me. How do I leave this place? I have nothing more to ask. We may speak again. Uh, okay. Okay. Uh, oh, the music's swelling up again. In order to leave, you must become part of. Okay, let's not ask this first question. I've had countless lives. Why are there only three incarnations here? I do not know. Perhaps you are the three pieces that were somehow still present in your mind. Present? How? Hmm. Good, evil, and this is neutral. I don't know. Present? How? I do not know for sure, but I would guess that when we die, the trace of former personality may remain in your minds. And I know that sometimes we may make ourselves felt. Oh. When you are about to place yourself in danger or were close to your realization, for example, I found that I could still help prod you in the right direction. Hmm. So you were that crawling sensation I kept feeling in the back of my skull? I would be at a loss to describe how it felt to you, but it is possible, yes. Oh, wait. Are all of these like figments of our, like, whatever that was inside us? And this figment is all that remains. Uh, have you ever had a name? Know that I am your ally in this. I, like these others, have died my death in your mind. And this figment is all that remains. Okay. It's a bit disorienting. Oh, I mean, yeah, it is disorienting. I would be at a loss to describe how it felt to you, but it is possible, yes. There is something else I would know. Okay. Before you said that when we die, traces are left in the mind. That's what caused you all to emerge. You you all to emerge, right? My understanding may not be complete, but yes, that seems to be the case, and we may make ourselves felt in small ways. Small ways. So, is it possible that the first of us, the real one of us, before all the incarnations, might still be buried somewhere in my mind? Okay. Like how? Hmm. This will lead to the previous answer. Yeah, that's fine. Let's ask the question again. So it is possible that the first of us, the real one of us, before all the incarnations, might still be buried somewhere in my mind. The expression on the incarnation's face flickers for just a moment, but it's like a window, and you suddenly realize who it is you are speaking to. You were the first of us? Okay, he was a good man at the start. Hmm. Hmm. What did he say about it doesn't go back that far. Have you ever had a name? Or was it just the first of us? What? Yes. You were the first of us? The incarnation's eyes take on a haunted look, and his gaze turns away from yours. I know what you're thinking, but it's not the case. You think that knowing the mind of the first of us will somehow help you here, in this place. It will not. But why? I have so many questions that you can answer. Why did we become immortal? Why? Because if we die, truly die, the incarnation looks up at you. His eyes are like steel. Death's kingdom will not be paradise, not for us. If you spoke to these others that were here, know that a fraction of their know that a fraction of the evil of their lives know that a fraction of the evil of their lives is but a drop of water compared to the evil of mine. The that one life, even without thousands of others, have given a seat in the lower planes for eternity. Hmm. Okay, so he didn't want to die because he didn't want to go to the lower planes. But truly die, like what does he mean by truly die? This is not the true death that Desmond is talking about, because that's the true death for Desmond would be like leaving the outer planes and crossing the eternal boundary, right? If that happens, I guess if evil had taken root, they will be forced into lower planes regardless of their final alignment. Okay, regardless, let's ask this question. But you seem so much calmer, more well intentioned. I became that way, yes, because for me, his voice takes on a strange echo. It is regret that may change the nature of a man. He sighs. But it was too late. I was already damned. Hmm. Okay. I became that way, yes, because for me, his voice takes on a strange echo. It is regret that may change the nature of a man. But it was too late. I was already damned. Okay. So for him, it was regret, and that changed his evil nature to become a better person. But it was already too late. Yeah, I mean, the for this means that it is specifically for him. For others, the aspect that changes their nature will be different. I found that changing my nature was not enough. I needed more time, and I needed more life. So I came to the greatest of the Grey Sisters and asked her for a boon to try and help me live long enough to rectify all the damage I had done, to make me immortal. Hmm. I found that changing my nature was not enough. I needed more time, and I needed more life. So I came to the greatest of Grey Sisters and asked her for a boon to try and help me live long enough to rectify all the damage I had done, to make me immortal. And Ravel did. But when she tested your immortality and killed you, you forgot everything. Everything. Hmm. The fact that he wanted to change his nature, his regret, did he forget his regret? He looks broken, and the planes have been dying ever since. The crime is great, and the blame is mine. And the planes have been dying ever since. There are so many questions I have for you. Who are you, and what was your life like? Life, life. Who? The incarnation shakes his head, cutting you off. When I become no more, when I merge with you, you will have the answers you seek. It may take some time to sort them out, but they are there. He smiles ruefully. It's difficult to communicate a life with words. Very well then. We shall become as one. Are you ready? I had other questions to ask. Why do you cut off all the questions I had to ask? Oh damn it, game. One last thing. Just this. The incarnation pauses for a moment, searching your features. Before I return to Oblivion, there is something I would know. I can spare a little time for this. What do you wish to know? He studies your eyes, his expression somber. Did you live your life, the brief life you had? Uh, did you live your life, the brief life you had? In the end, was it worth it? No, I was reborn in a terrible place, and I am sorry to have lived. It seems so short. What little I experienced. What little I experienced I enjoyed, and I do not wish to forget it. I've been traveling too much to really appreciate it. Perhaps we shall see after this matter has come to a close. Your question is of no matter. I would leave now. This life seems to have only caused suffering for myself and others. I would see it end, and the plains allowed peace once more. Yeah, I don't really know what to say here, but I'm thinking about the fourth option. If we choose the fourth option, can we back out? Because I would like to speak with him the rest of the questions without having to reload a save. He nods, and for a moment, wisdom increase. For a moment, you think he's going to say something, but then he collapses. The life running out of him into yours. As he falls into the black stones, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull, making you shiver, and you know the incarnation is no more. Farewell. Hmm. Okay. We'll make a save, and I'll okay. We have a larger save at the start of this level, so I think we'll go through the rest of the incarnations. I think we should have spoken to him first, maybe. I don't know. It's difficult to decide. Uh, Give me a second. It's raining here. Let me close the window so that the noise does not interfere. Okay, let's continue. Let's quick save and continue. Maybe later at the end of the episode, I'll reload the larger save and try to get some more dialogue from the good incarnation. We got very little from him, but it seemed like he knew a lot more than I thought he would. Yeah. Okay. I'm also a bit exhausted today, so it's probably going to be. I think that's appropriate though, because Nameless One is also quite exhausted after going through all these ordeals. So I feel a bit dull reading this, all this dialogue. But let's see. The incarnation affixes you with a stony gaze as you approach. He looks like he's sizing you up for weaknesses. If you are a part of me, okay, who are you? The incarnation is silent for a moment, then his expression changes to contempt. If there's anything I have hated about you, it's your countless questions. You're desperate, fumbling for meaning and answers. The man's voice is like a hatchet, and anger flickers across his features. See, he speaks like he knows us, right? So it may be that phenomena that good incarnation mentioned, that he was present as part of our mind, and he could direct his will through some like when crucial moments arose, he could also influence us because he's speaking as if he knew us, right? But this is the first time we have met. The man's voice is like a hatchet, and anger flickers across his features. The time for questions is past. Now you will listen to me. I was the first to breach his fortress, and whatever it is that awaits us here was somehow able to defeat me. It will not be best. It will not best me for a second time. Okay. So these incarnations, like the good incarnation and the paranoid incarnation, unless they arrived after he did, this is not a part of the fortress. It seems like this place, whatever this is, and the good and paranoid incarnations never breached the fortress. Like he is the first one to breach, but then he was defeated. Did they breach the fortress after he did? I don't think so. These two people aren't as capable as he is to do that, I would assume. So yeah, it seems like these are like these incarnations are like maybe note in the fortress, and yeah, maybe even a part of our mind somehow. I don't know. You sound as if you intend to fight whatever it is that lurks here. Here, it says here, you know. The man gives you a strange look, then studies you. Of course, that's the only reason we're speaking now. I'll need you to be the shell, but your mind must be my mind. Do you understand me? You mean you intend to possess me? Yes. He glances around the spiked walls and turns back to face you. We cannot leave this place in pieces. One may leave, only one may leave. Uh, how do you propose we do that? You must surrender your will to me, your knowledge and skills. What little you have managed to accumulate in your life may prove useful. It ultimately will be a fraction of my power, but it might have its uses. And if I choose not to surrender my will to you, you have no choice in the matter. You do not know how to escape this place. I do. If you refuse to surrender with me, I will refuse to surrender to you, and neither of us will be able to leave this place. Only one may leave, and it will not be you. How do I surrender myself? Okay. Yet you came here previously and were defeated. The man frowns. I was taken unawares and I did not anticipate that my companions would be split from me upon my arrival. What happened after that is confusing. Okay. So even if I were to surrender to you, then we could still fail? Unlikely. I am the only one who possesses the knowledge necessary to succeed. This movement is a culmination of centuries of planning. Many have suffered and died for us to be here. And then he stops and then says, their sacrifice must not be in vain. The last sentence unnerves you. It is delivered like a speech and there is no passion behind the words. And why should I let you possess me? It's the same answer, right? Yeah, okay. You're one of my incarnations. Then I have questions for you. I will indulge you, but only for a while longer. You're the one who saved Dakon at Shraktor, the one who imprisoned Velo, and one who led Daenar to death. The man's eyes narrow. What of it all? What of it? All of it was done with a purpose. We asked these questions yesterday. What is the purpose of saving Dakon at Shraktor? Your ignorance astounds me. The man looks in thought. When we arrived in the fortress, I was unable to make use of his blade. Okay, it was for the blade. You're the one who led Daenar to her death. The man's eyes narrow. What of it? All of it was done with a purpose. Okay. You saved Dakon because of his blade. Why? The ignorance astounds me. Okay, it's the same answer. Sorry. Let's ask about Daenara. Okay, ask about Vaylor. What was the purpose of imprisoning Vaylor? The man shakes his head as if weary. Vaylor was becoming tiresome. He gives a humorless smile. Those mercy-killer dogs will hunt you across the plains themselves in search of justice, and Vaylor was an especially persistent hound. The incarnation's voice drops slightly, and he was much too close to justice for my taste. Is this justice an entity or just the principle? Vaylor was an especially persistent hound. Why was he hunting for us? Okay. Oh, any of countless reasons, some of which lie with me and others, which lie in the hands, some of which lie with me and others which lie in the hands of other incarnations. He flicks a glance over at the incarnation who was howling when you first arrived. Paranoid one? There have been many lives that have been blackened by incarnations with damaged minds. Some of us have created problems. I believe in solutions. Okay? Was he a threat? Oh yes, or else I would have simply killed him. He nods. There is some link between him and justice itself, and that gives him power even over immortals such as us. The man gives a slight smile, especially if your injustices are great, and ours are of the blackest sort. I see. There are other things I would know. I will indulge you, but only for a while longer. Why did Daenara have to die? Daenara? That girl had little sense of the plains in her, and that was what I needed her for. You see, Daenara have it right. You see, the Dustmen have it right. Sometimes when you feel too much passion, you cling too tightly to life to let go. And neither did Daenara, as I hoped she would. Okay, you see, Dustmen have it right. Sometimes when you feel too much passion, you cling too tightly to life to let go. And neither did Daenara, as I hoped she would. That woman, that ghost, paranoid incarnation speaking, the hunched man's eyes well up in fury, and spittles fly from his mouth. She tormented me for years, pursuing me, hating me. You were the one that killed her? Hmm. So paranoid incarnation came here after. Hmm. Seems paranoid incarnation was born after practical incarnation because Daenara existed and was there to torment him. Practical incarnation. The incarnation barely even glances at the Howling One and merely sneers. You blaming me for anything is laughable. He turns back to you. It wasn't out of malice, though she did become tiresome. It was just that when I arrived in the fortress, I didn't intend to stay. I just wanted to get in, sacrifice her, then get out. Okay. It's just that when I arrived in the fortress, I didn't intend to stay. I wanted to get in, sacrifice her, then get out. Why sacrifice her though? Why did he kill her? I needed someone to be my eyes here on the negative material plane, to serve as a scout and try and find out who my killer was. Only the dead can survive here for long, so Daenara had to be sacrificed so that she could become something other than she was. A tricky business, but it worked. She helped. She helped you, didn't she? I needed someone to be my eyes here on the native material plane. Hmm. To serve as a scout and try and find out who my killer was. He was able to communicate with Daenara when she was positioned here. Hmm. Did she help us in any way in reaching this location? I'm just like practically thinking about what he's trying to. Obviously, this is very disturbing thing too. I'm not. I'm trying not to think about that emotional angle. It's just not worth it. Uh, but yeah, just trying to understand what he is trying to do. If Denara is placed here as an object, as a scout, what does that accomplish? Like, was he in contact with Denara once he got out after sacrificing her? Obviously, the first time he got in, he probably died here. Maybe the first attempt was where everyone died. Seems like no more suggested it that way. Uh, you didn't have to kill her. He looks at you silently for a moment, then his sneer returns. And that is why you will be defeated if you confront our killer. It is because you are weak and do not see some things are necessary. You dare call me weak? You orchestrate all these grand plans for defeating this invisible enemy, and you got your ass handed to you anyway. And some poor girl was murdered because of it. Maybe if you had done your job the first time you were here, this wouldn't be a problem. Okay. Hmm. That wasn't necessary. It was convenient for you. You should have looked for other solutions. You dare lecture me? Women have always walked our path with us, whether Daenara or Ravel or any other woman, and they have suffered, and it was their choice. Daenara would have died for me if I had asked her to. There was no crime. Let's not discuss it further. It's not. Are you the one who taught Ignis the art? Ignis, the man stares at you, then frowns. Is that a name? Ignis? Is that a name? Who in the hell are you talking about? You answered my question. There are other things I would like to know. Hmm. He doesn't know Ignis? Maybe it was a good incarnation? No way. You built that tomb with it beneath sigil, didn't you? The one with the traps? I'd almost forgotten. Yes, what a waste that was. The incarnation seemed irritated. Obviously, that didn't work and cost a lot of blood and coin too. Worthless. The second incarnation breaks into uneven laughter, but it's even more gleeful than mad. It was easy to breach that child's trap. I found it and changed it to make it harder, changed the writings. The first incarnation frowns at the second. He looks like he's barely restraining himself from attacking the other. Yet another thing you will answer for. Yet another thing you will answer for. He turns back to you, though I suppose it doesn't matter. It was shortly after the failure of the tomb trap that I decided to carry the battle to our killer rather than wait for him to show any longer. Hmm. Okay. So, trying to understand it, like, did it all begin when, like, we don't know what the evil good incarnation did was. If he is merged with us now, maybe there's some dialogue option somewhere. Maybe we can go into I don't know, maybe we can, because good incarnation did say that his past would become aware, like, would become aware about his past and why he started doing this. If he merged with us, maybe it's at some later point that he merges with us. We'll load that save anyway and try once the rest of the conversation is over. But seems like good incarnation did something, and rather than just changing your nature, he wanted multiple lifetimes to rectify his mistake, and hence he approached Ravel, and she gave her solution as immortality. And after that, after the first time he died, he forgot everything. I don't know what everything means. Like, did he forget that he regretted his actions and then became evil again? And then at some point, there is this extra complication with the killer that arose. And Practical Incarnation has been trying to solve that. And this Paranoid Incarnation is another chaotic creature that's just making everything worse. And he is barely restraining from not at from attacking him. Okay. There are other things I would know. Sure. This is still confusing to me. Why what was Dianara's purpose in? Let me just read that again. Why did Dianara have to die? Dianara, that girl had little sense of the play. Oh, this is difficult to read, by the way. Sometimes when you feel, skip ahead to the logical part. I just want to get in, sacrifice her, then get out. Why do you kill her? I need someone to be my eyes here on the native material plane, to serve as a scout and try and find out who my killer was. Only the dead can survive here for long. So Dianara had to be sacrificed so that she could become something other than she was. A tricky business, but it worked. She helped you, didn't she? I don't know. I'm not sure what. You have to kill her. Okay, let's just ask the second question. The second option. I don't even know if we are agreeing with him in doing that heinous act with the second option, because it seems like you're saying that we are saying that the second the act wasn't performed well enough. That seemed to be the sentiment here. So let's ask this so that we can see the. Okay, it's the same. Yeah, this is the worst sentence in the entire game. Let's just not discuss that. You build that tomb beneath sigil. That's fine. Who is that other version of us? Okay. Where is the one who pried Mort of the Pillar of Skulls? Is Mort still alive? The incarnation stares for a moment in disbelief, then he starts laughing. That piking skull couldn't be trusted further than I could throw him, claiming he had information when he didn't. Then I had to go through the torment of prying him off the Pillar of Skulls. Then he feigned ignorance once he was off it. The incarnation scoffs. I humored him since he told me everything I needed from him. Feigned ignorance? Oh yes, the man smiles. Once a liar, always a liar. It takes a stronger mind than the skulls to give me the laugh, though. Once a liar, always a liar. What was this game? What more did he have to lie about? The incarnation smirks. It's of no matter. Let the skulls have his secrets. They are worthless to us. Okay. Who is that other version of us? He is one of the other incarnations. Reflections of myself. I will have him merge with me after I deal with you, or kill him if he refuses. It is of no matter. Okay. How do I escape this place? You must surrender your will to me. Your knowledge and skills will ultimately be but a fraction of my power, but it might have its uses. Other questions? Do you still intend to fight whatever it is that lurks here? Yes. He glances around the spiked walls, then turns back to face you. We cannot leave this place in pieces. Only one may leave. How do you propose we do that? It's the same thing. I intend to merge with you. Bluff. I intend to merge with you. I will not merge with you. You will merge with me. Where you are responsible for the tattoos on my back. The ones I read when I read when I woke up in the mortuary. Where the one who asked Pharaoh to get bronze spear from the catacombs. Where you are responsible for the tattoos on my back. The ones I read when I woke up in the mortuary. The directions. He notes irritated. Of course, I was responsible. I knew there was a chance I might fail here and lose my memories. I want future incarnations to benefit from some guidance. So I had the directions stitched on my back, since such things, like journals, he snarls as if angry at himself, tend to be lost so easily. Hmm. Okay. The directions were kind of vague though. Are you a fool? The incarnation looks exasperated. The directions needed to be vague. I couldn't spell out exactly what was happening to us, so I left a signpost. What do you think would have happened if a dustman had read them? Or someone even more balmy? How quickly do you think we would have been worried, alive, or cremated? Hmm. Why do you put that warning about... Um, sorry, very well. What about me seeking out Farod though? Why him? Farod, the incarnation thinks for a moment. Oh yes, the trash king with all the tough bloods that I thought was easy prey. He smiled slightly as if recalling a pleasant memory. After only a little bloodletting, I struck a bargain with him. He would see to it that if his men found me, they would take me safely to the mortuary, and of course I needed the eyes and hands of his men to score the catacombs beneath the sigil for me. What for? A sphere. Made of bronze, ugly, feels like an egg to the touch, and it smells of rotten custard, right? Yes, I told Farah it was a right. This is the only thing that would save his miserable life. What a sniveling little dodger he was. The incarnation smiles at you. You see, the old bastard was destined to end up on the Pillar of Skulls when he died, and he was desperately trying to weasel out of it. So I told him there was an item beneath the sigil that would save him from his fate if he could only find it. But it wouldn't save him. It was just something you wanted him to find. Of course it was useless to him. One cannot dodge fate so easily. He looks at you irritated. However, nothing motivates a man faster than telling him what he seeks will save his soul from eternal damnation. I intended to take it from him after he found it. It's just that searching for it myself would have taken too long. He smiles again. And why should I do it when I could have someone else hunt for me? Actually, he ended up tricking me into finding it for him. Why was it? Yeah, this come full circle. He would be frustrated hearing that, or maybe he would laugh it off. I don't know. Oh yeah, very true. I'm sure that one of Farod's men found it for him. Why is it so important? This is a lie, by the way. We can lie about it without actually saying it. Let's. I don't know if we should. Okay, I don't know what option to choose here, because I want to get as much out of him as possible. If we show our hand that we have it, he might. Hmm. This is an interesting option. Let's choose the second one. Use a dead sensory stone. The incarnation is staring through you as if seeing something far away. Do you know what it contained? He smiles ruefully. It held the last experiences of the first of us. When he were one man and not a string of incarnations, his voice drops. If there had been some way of unlocking it, I would have been able to see inside his mind. Okay. I'm not sure if he would have given this information if we said that we had that spear with him. And see why this all happened. Yeah. Yes. The incarnation's face has become somber. It's the answer I've always sought. Why this happened? Why we became immortal? He sighs. And I fear we shall never know. I brought it with me, you know. uh, that is interesting. Should we ask the other question first? What was the last question? That is the last question. Okay, let's ask about Mort. Why did you put that warning about Mort on the back? Is Mort still alive? I humored him. Okay, he cannot be trusted. That's just why he didn't put this. He put that warning. You should have put it on your forearm or something so that it's easily readable. Putting it on the back means, maybe he didn't know that Mort will be right beside us when we walk up, you know. Where is the one who asked Pharaoh to get the bronze spear from the catacombs? Okay. Let me quick save. Then let's give him the bronze spear to see if it unlocks a memory. Okay. For the bronze spear, yes. I told Farod that's the only thing that would save his miserable life. What a sniveling dodger. Okay. But it wouldn't save him. It was something. It was just something you wanted him to find. Okay. Actually, he ended up tricking me into finding it for him. Why was it so important? Important? Do you know? The incarnation becomes silent for a moment. Do you have it with you? Lie. No, it died with Farod. Out of curiosity, what did it do? Okay. Yes, I do. I brought it with me. You have it? The incarnation's eyes flare. Then your life has some use after all. You watch his eyes flicker as if thinking, calculating. When we merge, I will see about finding a means to unlock it. Perhaps all is not lost. We shall see. But first, there are other things I would like to know. Yeah, it was necessary to make it so he would cease doubting himself. Okay, so this is the thing. Unbroken Circle, the collection of lies. Yes, it was a week's work to force the thing. It was necessary to make it so he would cease doubting himself. Okay, so here's the thing. I think I had a like my timeline about Dakon when I reflected on it last day. It wasn't accurate. So I think what happened is Dakon is already in like the Shractor has already fallen. Dakon is already in limbo when he rescued Dakon, right? So at that point, Dakon's fate was not Dakon's faith was already under question. Like he was already questioning his faith, and that's why he had that whole episode. And Shractor fell because division in his mind has spread to the rest of his people. And that had led to the fall of the city. Was that a story? Regardless, this unbroken circle, if we go through all 8 circles, it describes it in a way, at least the way we interpret, like Nameless One interpreted it, it describes it in a way that can restore Dakon's faith. Okay, so maybe that's why Nameless One, the practical one, forged this fake. I don't know if it's fake or not. The unbroken circle, which had that story, which has the potential to restore Dakon's faith. So that was forced so that he can restore his faith and get him to focus. But maybe they reached the fortress of regrets before that focus was attained, because Dakon himself could not read it that far. Because when we find Dakon, he had only unlocked up to the 6th circle or 5th or 6th circle, and he was still questioning his faith, and he was not clear about. He was still doubting himself, and maybe the practical one's intention was that Dakon will unlock all the 8 circles and restore the faith, but he needed our help to do that. Okay, so maybe that was the purpose of Unbroken Circle. The thing is, he never ended up reading the whole of it without our help. So I don't know if it served his purpose, at least during his incarnation cycle. It probably ended before Dakon reached his full potential by restoring his faith. That's one way to read it, I guess. I don't know. There's something else I know. You made it, but you told him. Perhaps I carry some truth. I know not. I know that they were tedious writings, but the words were enough to give him faith. Why? Okay. Obviously, the kid became separate when he arrived in the fortress. I was unable to make use of his blade. It soaked the paranoid incarnation before choosing to whether merge with him or not. The man before you resembles you, but his back is hunched as if he is perpetually afraid of being struck. He's watching you warily, and he hisses as you approach, his hands clenching as if wanting to strangle you. His arms are horribly gnarled and scarred, as if they had been dunked into a stream of acid. And his left arm looks like it's holding on by a thread. Literally. Oh God. Who are you? Know that you will not last long in this place, thief. Spittles fly from the man's mouth, and his face twists in a maddening grin. Mazes and regrets and death are all that are here. You are wasting your time speaking to that one. His thoughts are all angles and spite and nothing more. Stop wasting time. There's much the two of us must speak. Okay. Thief, the incarnation's hands twist as if strangling the other. I will feel the bones of your neck snap beneath my fingers. Take my body back. He turns to you. Thief, you wear my body like a cloak. And you shame me and you shame me. I'm no thief. I stole nothing from you. You stole everything. I awoke on the streets of the ring city, and all who saw me knew me. He stole everything. I walk on the streets of the ring city. All who saw me knew me. He takes a rasping breath. All that you had done, all that you had harmed. They were waiting for me, blaming me, hurting me, until I couldn't take the voices anymore. His fingers grasped the air and had to make them silent. You were the one who left the trap in the sensory stone for me, weren't you? And the dodecahedron journal with the traps? You were the one who killed Linguist Finn, weren't you? The one who wrote the dodecahedron journal in the language of Fuyo? Okay. He affixes you with a wary eye. It seems just looking at you is making him uncomfortable. In order for me to leave this place, you must again become part of me. Will you do so? You're the one who set flame to Yanis's legacies, weren't you? Trying to destroy my legacy? Oh, it's a paranoid one. Okay. The sensory stone trap. You're the one who left it for me, weren't you? You're to blame for killing the linguist Finn. What happened to your arm? You know how I can leave this place. Okay. What happened to your arm? He glances down at his arm for a moment, then looks up and smiles. Kept coming off, so I had to stitch it up again. Kept coming off, so I had to stitch it up again. Okay. He affixes you with a wary eye. It seems just looking at you is making. Okay, same thing. Do you know how I can leave this place? I will never tell you, and you will never leave. He smiles. It is quiet here, peaceful. There's no one else. It's like I don't know what the word is. There's that phobia where people are scared of germs and they close themselves in a room, right? He's something like that. He feels comfortable here. All right. I mean, relatively comfortable, I guess. All right. There are other things I would know. You're to blame for killing the linguist Finn, aren't you? There, he seemed confused for a moment. There were many that I killed. There were many that needed to be silenced. See? The sensory stone trap, you're the one who left it for me, weren't you? Yes, he smiles, low and evil. Simple trap. Trap for someone who can't die. Mind trap. Okay. And we got out of it by convincing him to tell that, like, maybe he himself got trapped or something. It was simple to escape, actually. Yeah, it was simple to escape, actually. Smile placed on the incarnation face. You lie. No, it was pathetically easy. I was able to escape it with no effort. I feel like he will like unravel if I keep talking like that. Let's just ask other questions before pushing him. You're the one who set fire to Yanis's legacies, weren't you? Trying to destroy my legacy? I burned the false papers, yes. More lies. Lies about my false lives. In order for me to leave this place, you must again become part of me. Will you do so? I would rather die. Death will also serve, but I'll give you a chance. Never, he spits. The last word. Thief. Okay. Let's just try to push him using the sensory stone trap. Maybe he will. Let me quick save. Maybe that'd be sufficient to convince him that he's losing it. No, it was pathetically easy. I was able to escape it with no effort. Lying thief. His eyes blaze like fire, and you watch as he clutches his left arm, then pulls. The stitching at the shoulder tearing off, unraveling. What? Oh god. Alright. He's just, yeah. I guess he's just, oh god. He hits hard. What the hell? Oh my god. I don't know if the cast will be interrupted. Uninjured? Dude, I guess the save as spell is completely. Oh god. Shish.
I'm hurt.
Yeah, you should heal. You should heal. I don't want to summon the Modrons and maybe it will attack him too. Let's just not do that. Is there anything I can do to? Okay, just keep attacking him. Oh, we died. Jesus Christ. Alright. You have been incapacitated and can no longer complete the game. Okay. Okay, let's load. His hand is very powerful. Language of Uyo. Let us speak in private, just the two of us. Wow, that's interesting. I didn't see that last time. Okay, I didn't see these two options last time. What the hell? What do you know of the other incarnations? Thieves, 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 they are thieves, all of them. And thieves will die. Do not threaten me, you fool. I warn you, if anyone is thief, it is you. You sought to seal our chances to settle this matter by sabotaging all my work. You are a thief. You stole my body and my life, and thieves will die. What do you know of the other incarnations? Okay, that's same, sorry. Also a bit disoriented. Language of Uyo. Let us speak in private, just two of us. As you speak the language of Uyo, the incarnation's eyes widen, and he stares at you. After a moment of silence, he replies in the same language. Only I know the language of Uyo. How do you know it? You are correct. You are the only one who knows the language of Uyo. So if I know the language of Uyo, I must be you. He is silent, staring at you. It is these others who are not you, for they do not know the language of Uyo. He nods slowly. I hear you. We shall speak again, you and I. Wait for me. Oh god, that's cool. The problem is, the Lord does not have the Lord does not have the rest of the information that we have spoken with him. Like this save file, right? It does not register the fact that I've spoken these things. So I just want to quickly go through this. Let me just stop recording and I'll skip ahead after I've read through the rest of the dialogue, okay? Because I just want the save game to have that dialogue options, having read out. Okay, I've skipped through the rest of the dialogue. So let's just talk to him in Uyo. Language Uyo, let us speak in private, just the two of us. He nods slowly, I hear you. This place confuses one's perceptions. We are both you, and now we must become as one. Okay. We are kind of manipulating him, but I guess it's the best option we have. He looks frightened. To your surprise, he reverts to normal speech, and all the inflections to his voice are gone. It is calm, level, and much like your own. I no longer wish to live like this. You no longer have to. All the pain and worry and torment of your existence, I will wipe it away. You've suffered much. You were born into a world where nothing made sense, where strangers claimed they knew you, they blamed you for things you knew nothing of, and they tried to hurt you. Exactly. He looks at you, and you watch as the incarnation loses its mad gleam, and his eyes become more like your own. Yes. He's a tortured individual. Jesus Christ. I will protect you now. You will know peace, for that is all you ever wanted, isn't it? Yeah, this is just a tortured creature. This is very sympathetic character. My god. The incarnation relaxes at your words, his eyes dimming as he locks gaze with you. There is a faintest of whispers, and he falls to the black stones. With this collapse, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of your skull. 64,000. And there's a flood of memories and strength. Constitution. There's a flood of memories and strength and emotions, and you steady yourself, dizzy for a moment. Then your vision clears, and you're yourself once more. I guess it doesn't recite the memories for us, but it just gives us as a XP boost. Farewell. Okay, so everyone's gone. We just have practical incarnation.
This is it.
Appropriately, he says this is it. So we can talk with him, try to merge with him, or I think we can back out and look at the dialogue for the good one again. I feel like if we merge with him, it'll directly take us to the next cutscene and next location, and the story will progress. So let's hold off on that. I'll make a larger save and then let me reload the older save. I don't know which one of this is. Our one maybe? No. You can only see 3 here. This is the one with 4. Let me load that. There are four incarnations here. So let me quick save and talk to good incarnations. Who are you? Who are you? How is that possible? Do you know why I want to become immortal? No, I do not. I think it was done out of fear. Perhaps one of the others knows, but I I know, but not I. What makes you think it was done out of fear? The man smiles slightly, but there is no humor in it. If anything, it is a sad smile. What man wishes to die? He shakes his head slowly, but only the first of us will ever know the reason that brought us to this stage. He's lying because he is aware that he is the first one, right? Or did he forget? Not sure. What was your life like? It was quiet and long, and was filled with much of the pain and the joys that one would expect in life. I served as a cartographer for a time, and I walked the plane for several years. How did you die? In the end, I traveled upon the fields of Bytopia. Terrible shadows took on life as I lay sleeping. I died as I felt their claws upon me. They are shades of all those who have died in our place. Okay, so this is not the first one, because the shades would only exist for uh, latter incarnations, right? Not the first one. The man looks pained. Yes, I know. I know that now. One cannot be in this place of regrets and not feel their agony. There is something else I would know. How do I leave this place? I do not know. I've never been here before. One of the others may possess the knowledge, knowing of how to leave, but I do not. Okay. I came to the fortress as allies, but they have been separated. So at this point, Nameless One still believes that they are separated, and that is also kind of my belief, because if I had a conversation after my last episode, and it's kind of clear to me that now that they might be fully dead. That's really difficult to believe, because that's really difficult to parse, because we had a lot of like at least I had a lot of preparation done for the rest of the party members, with collecting like gear for them and getting stuff for them, right? So it makes sense that they'll be with us for the final fight, and it feels appropriate that there should be a final fight. So yeah, like because of the conversation I had, I'm kind of sure that they are dead, at least in a sense. But maybe there's a way that they'll be back with us to fight, because otherwise the final fight would be a one-on-one fight, and that's not how the game would be designed, right? For the final fight, I'd like to see how that plays out. And also, like, that's in the practical game side of things, why I would like naturally believe that they wouldn't have died. Second, like, as a in a more story sense or in an emotional sense, we never got to say like a proper goodbye or a nice like we didn't get to exchange dialogue with them. I guess when we entered the fortress, in that like first instance when Mort and Dakon spoke about the previous lives, and we asked them if they could come with us, they did say yes. But other than that, there wasn't a proper goodbye for any of them, right? So I felt like that if they were going to die, other than just in that cutscene, there'd be an extra, like a sentimental uh, interaction between Nameless One and the party members, each of them. I don't know. So because of this reason, I didn't even consider that they would have died there. And Nameless One obviously cannot know, because he's not seeing that those visions of the party members dying. That's only shown to us as a player, right? So Nameless One, it makes sense that he asked this question. But for me also, I didn't consider the aspect that they might have died. It seems like they might be fully dead, which is like horrible to think of. We'll see. I feel like at the end, somehow, for at least the final fight, we should have them along, just for gameplay purposes. I don't know. I don't know how that will be resolved. But yeah, because that knowledge is with me, I might not react the same way when I realize concretely that they might be past, like they have died. So that's up for that. But yeah, let's move on. I come to this fortress with allies, but they have been separated from me. Then I fear your friends are already dead. The man looks pained. This place bears a hatred for the living. Okay, so this is the confirmation that we are going to get. The thing is, in that first in the first room, the fortress interiors, we interacted with 4 different contraptions, right? And one of them, like each of them, belong to one of our party members, except for Mort. I'm not sure if I missed the contraption for Mort. Maybe Mort is still alive, and we still get to have a conversation with him, because there's still some mystery surrounding why Mort made us like Mort had inadvertently, at least inadvertently, caused us to die. So that is still a mystery. So someone has to explain what happened there. Maybe Mort himself does that. I don't know. Yeah. So these are the things in my mind. Okay, we'll back out and wait. We'll finish the conversation with the good one. Hmm. How do you leave this place? What is the allies? So he's pained and he says that he is maybe confirming that they are dead. Then there is become immortal. I think this second question is the one that led to him dying last time. Him saying that, confessing that he might have been the first one, and that his evil is greater than most the evils of most of the incarnations. Something. In order to leave, you must become part of me. Will you do so? I had a suspicion. You were not meant to exist as this, and as unnatural as our immortality is, this situation compounds it. He nods. Yes, I will merge with you again. You know you will cease to exist. He nods. Yes, I know. Very well. One last thing, just this. The incarnation pauses for a moment, searching her features. Before I return to Oblivion, there is something I would know. So that second option is the only option that will push him to say that he was the first one. Oh damn it! That could be easily missed because there are multiple choices that lead to him sacrificing, and that's what happened. Like, you know, if he chose the wrong option, we'll miss like some huge context here because good incarnation seemed to be the first incarnation. He studied your eyes, his expression somber. Did you leave your life, the brief life you had? In the end, was it worth it? This is a pointless question, to be honest. This life seems to have only caused suffering in myself. Let's just choose the fifth one for now. Wisdom 1. Okay, he nods, and for a moment you think he's going to say something, but then he collapses, the life running out of him and into yours. As he falls to the black stones, you feel a crawling sensation in the back of his skull, making you shiver, and you know the incarnation is no more. It's only half the XP of Paranoid 1. It's only 3200. The other one was 6400, right? I think so. And yeah, if you ask the second question, he says that once he dies and merges with you, he'll get this knowledge and he'll understand why he was evil, or like why he did in the first place. Let me back out and let me quick load and try that again. Okay, second option. I've had countless lives. Why are there only 3 incarnations here? I do not know. Perhaps we were the 3 pieces that were somehow still present in your mind. Present? How? I do not know for sure, but I would guess that when we die, traces of the former personality may remain in your mind. And I know that sometimes we may make ourselves felt. How? When you are about to place yourself in danger or were close to a realization, for example, I found that I could steer, help you probe in the right direction. Yeah, so many times he had this tingling sensation, and it's just like, you know that if you do this, you will be in danger, or if you push Ignis, you will be in danger. If you this Dodecahedron has traps or whatever, right? So that was him maybe. So you were the cloning sensation that I kept feeling in the back of my skull. I would be at a loss to describe how it felt to you, but it is possible, yes. Okay. Oh wait, that's not the. Okay, I had. So once you ask a second question. No, yeah, the second option changes to a different option now. Before you said that when we die, traces are left in the mind. Then what caused you all to emerge? Right? That's what caused you all to emerge, right? My understanding may not be complete, but yes, that seems to be the case, and we may make ourselves felt in small ways. So it's possible that the first of us, the real of us, before all the incarnations, might still be buried somewhere in my mind. Okay, 9600. Oh, okay. We already get a huge XP boost, XP bump if you encounter that option, you know? So when he dies and gives only 3,200, it's because that there is this secondary option that gives us 9,600. Sorry, 96,000, which is a more damning truth that he's a secret that he's hiding. The expression on the incarnation's face flickers for just a moment, but it's like a window, and you suddenly realize who it is you are speaking to. You were the first of us? The incarnation's eyes take on a haunted look, and his gaze turns away from you. I know what you're thinking, but it's not the case. You think that knowing the mind of the first of us will somehow help you here in this place. It will not. But why? There's so many questions that you can answer. Why did we become immortal? Why? Because if we die, truly die, the incarnation looks up at you, and his eyes are like steel. Death's kingdom will not be a paradise for us. If you spoke to these others that were here, know that a fraction of the evil of their lives, is but a drop of water compared to the evil of mine. Sure. That life, that's such a unnecessarily complicated comparison. Why use the word fraction here? Why not say that the entirety of the evil of their lives is just a fraction compared to his? Here he's comparing two fractions, and I don't know proportionally what's greater. A drop of water is also a fraction of something. A fraction is also a fraction. So why make this confusing comparison? I'm probably just not reading that sentence right, I guess. That one life, even without thousands of others, has given a seat in the lower planes for eternity. So maybe like the good incarnation was scared that because of all the evil he did, he was evil at some point he was evil. It was only his regret that turned him good and tame. So he was scared, and he wanted to outrun that fate somehow. Okay, he didn't want to die, because if he died, he would be sent to hell. So he became immortal. Okay, I became that way, yes, because for me, his voice takes on a strange echo. It is regret that may change the nature of a man. But it was too late. I was already damned. I found that changing my nature was not enough. I needed more time, and I needed more life. So I came to the greatest of the Grace Sisters and asked her for a boon to try and help me live long enough to rectify all the damage I had done to make me immortal. Okay, so he realized at some point that being evil, he'll be damned to the lower planes. So he tried to change his nature and started doing some good. He became regretful and he became a better person, but he didn't have enough time to balance out all the good things he did. Is that how it works? And so Ravel chose. He went to Ravel with this puzzle, I guess. And Ravel provided him with immortality, but it had a side effect that it erased his memory, and whatever else happened after that isn't super clear, but maybe just that not having that memory and having the side effect that the shadows exist once we die. So these are maybe unintentional side effects of Ravel's Ravel's spell. She said that her kindness has always been crueler than her hate. She tried to help Lady of Pain. She tried to help Lady of Pain is still nowhere to be present. Okay, so we'll have to figure that out later. But seems like the Ravel's kindness in providing him immortality only resulted in this entire insanity happening. So she has kind of accepted that her being kind to Lady or him or her sister, so her daughter, will usually result in more damage than her being directly hateful towards them. And that's kind of a regret. I don't know if it's a regret. It's kind of a sad thought that she died with. I think Mabeth was the one that finally conveyed that to us, right? That her kindness usually ends up being more damaging. And Ravel did, but when she first tested your immortality and killed you, you forgot everything. I forgot what the exact nature of her experiment was, and why the immortality was kind of imperfect. I don't know if it was. I don't know if she knew that the immortality was going to be imperfect, or if it was a side effect that she could not have predicted. I have to I'll have to revisit that conversation to see what, because it wasn't, I tried to pay attention, but there are some details that you don't know if it's going to, you can only have so much foresight, right? So some details you forget, thinking that it's not relevant, but it seems like, yeah, it is coming together. So we'll see. And raveled it, but when she first tested you immortality and killed you, you forgot everything. Everything. He looks broken. And the planes have been dying ever since. The crime is great and the blame is mine. And the planes have been dying ever since. Is this sentence more significant than just him saying that his incarnations are causing chaos, like have been causing a lot of destruction? Because he's always born with an evil nature again, is it? But no, there are more says that some have been balmy, some are really evil. So he is reborn with a different alignment each time. But he's still reborn in mortuary, which is the true neutral territory, right? He's always, we are always, I don't know if we are always reborn in the mortuary. It only happened because Farod's gang of people dragged our body back to mortuary. Hmm. It's a bit weird in the sense, is our body getting resurrected each time, or does our body disintegrate and we just spawn again in one of the other planes? Is that what's happening, or is it the same body, the same scarred body that's being reused again and again? But then there are people, so many people who do not recognize our body or face, even though they've known the previous incarnations. So that makes me think that the body themselves are being swapped. If that's the case, then we might just normally die, but then be reborn in one of the other planes. But that's just the normal petitioner system that already happens, or at least is supposed to happen or proposed to happen in this outer planes, right? So yeah, I'm not sure about, yeah, we still have a bit more confusion and clarity to be gained. Even in that aspect, there are other things to be explained. Obviously, the incarnation stakes is at cutting you off. When I become more, no more. When I merge with you, you will have your answers you seek. You say this and nothing happens. It may take some time to sort them out, but they are all there. Okay, but they are there. Okay, so later at some point, maybe our particular memories may come back at some crucial point. He smiles ruefully. It is difficult to communicate a life with words. Very well, then we shall become one. Are you ready? Let's choose the second option and see what it happens. I have no time for this. If you truly wish to help me, I need you to surrender yourself. He just dies. That's fine. Let's load our larger save. Okay, so now there's only practical incarnation left. Sorry. The incarnation affixes you with a stony gaze as you approach. He looks like he's sizing you up for weaknesses. Who are you? You're a part of me. There are things I would know. I'm the one who taught Ignis the art. It seems like he's not the one who taught Ignis the art, or maybe he does not recognize the name Ignis. I will not merge with you. You will merge with me. The man looks at you, then smiles incredulous. I surrender to no man. It is you who shall be absorbed by me. I shall not fight you this day, then. Still, there are other things I would know. I will indulge you. Is there a way to convince this person to... It seems like that's an impossibility. He has too much ego and is too... yeah, it's just not going to work, I feel like.
Done.
I intend to merge with you. So be it then. His eyes become grey like mist, and he gives a slight smile as if in anticipation. We shall see what your mind has in store. Ilog gazes with him. His eyes are like stones and they start to drag you down. Ilog gazes with him, try and force him to merge with you. As you swim in the corridors of his mind, his first emotion you encounter is surprise. His eyes widen. He's not absorbing you. Your will is stronger and it's consuming him. You feel him desperately try to pull back, but he cannot. He's too weak, and your blocks will and your will blocks his retreat while drawing him deeper deeper into your subconscious. Subconscious. This is the last time we shall ever speak. Return to death, where you belong. Wow. We stare him to death. That's that's pretty badass. He looks incredulous for a moment, then he disintegrates and you feel a rush of knowledge pouring through you, fighting to the surface. It's almost too much to absorb at once, and you find yourself disoriented. So much knowledge, so many experiences that okay, 96,000. Intelligence, wisdom, we cannot our intelligence is already capped. Oh, damn it. And as quickly as it occurred, the rush subsides and you steady yourself. The bits of knowledge swirl about in your mind, and you will make sense of them later. For now, only one piece of knowledge is important, that the incarnation did not know how to leave this place. He lied to trick you into surrendering. Wow. Okay. He was playing that game. Damn it.
I feel stronger.
Oh, that's an incarnation. Absorb all the incarnations of Fortress of Frigates. Nice, cool. That's Janara. I want to just this small thing, you know, small thing. I want to see what happens if we surrender to him. I think maybe the game ends there if we surrender to him. Let's see what happens then. Okay, I have a quick save, so we should be okay. Just to make sure I have a larger save too. Let's load the game with just me and him, and let's just surrender to him. See what happens. All right. It's fine. Surrender your will and allow yourself to be absorbed. You feel your mind beginning to peel apart beneath the incarnation's gaze. There is no pain, only the cold chill of oblivion as your personality is stripped away, piece by piece, and blackness fills your vision, and suddenly you're no more. Okay. You have to, yeah. That's fine. Let's quick load. Diana is standing right there.
I feel stronger.
Okay, let's level up. So we are level 15 now, I think. 4 hit points gained from Constitution bonus, 1 characteristic point gain, 1 hit point gained. Saving throws 1. -5, -4, -4, -4, -4. Wow. Did we get a huge boost? Spell memorization increased. I think Constitution has gives you more hit points, and the nameless one's case faster regeneration rate as well. We'll need this going forward. So let me put that in Constitution. Not need it in the sense, it will be nice to have that. This is from our equipment, the 25. We only have 22. 22 intelligence, 22 wisdom, and 21 charisma. Yeah, sensate. Should we look at the journal first? I think let's. Oh, okay. We don't have any journal entries, by the way. All of that conversation, they haven't bothered to add journal entries for that. Interesting. I woke from touching the crystal and found myself trapped in a room surrounded by incarnations of myself. One of them, the practical one, told me that only one of us could leave this place. He said he would either have to merge with all of us surrendering our wills to one of the others, or else one of us would have to kill the other 3. I'll have to get my bearings and puzzle this out. Maybe speaking to others will yield something. Cool.
All right.
Before you is a ghostly form of Dianara. Her spectral gown seemed stirred by some ethereal breeze. Her eyes rested on yours. You felt a strange, disjointed sensation, as if you're looking at several pairs of eyes at once. Dianara? My love, at last I found you. I searched for you after you were divided by the crystal. This fortress spans hundreds of miles, and I feared you were lost to me. Her ghastly eyes take your measure, searching your bodies for new wounds. Are you well? It's so painful to talk to her every time. I think so. The crystal divided me, but I am one again. Now I am trapped here, however. I suspect trapping you here was a crystal's true purpose, but it poses no barrier for one such as I. She closed her eyes. Much do my eyes see, and the halls of this waters are well known to me. If you are trapped here, my love, I shall see to it that you are set free. Where is it you wish to go? Okay. I wish to find my adversary and defeat him. I wish to go to where my mortality is and recover it. I wish to rejoin my friends. I wish to rejoin my companions. There are things I'll need from them. Oh, the fourth option is just because saying that we have things that we need from them, not because we want to meet them. I wish to speak to you for a moment and tell you how you died and why. Oh God, why do I have to do that? uh, so she'll ship us around places. I think is that what's gonna happen now onwards? It's either 3 or 5. I feel like if we choose one, the other option disappears. God damn it! And fifth one isn't a very appealing option. She's only going to be in more pain if you say this. Yeah. Let's use the third option. I wish to rejoin my friends. As you wish, my love. She stretches out her hand. Touch my hand, and the walls of this photo shall be walls no more. Touch her hand.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Is it? Oh. Oh. What? What's happening? You can see. I think these are dead bodies of our friends. Yeah, splattered across the floor. Maybe this is the final fight here. This is a striking looking room. What is the roof? Or beyond the roof. Okay. And by the way, that dialogue, Daenerys says that dialogue like way back, first time we meet, we meet her. She says that she'll wait for us in the halls of death. Maybe it's this hall that she talked about.
All right.
All right. Hmm. So we can collect the items. Interesting. That's the skull. That's more. We didn't see his cutscene when he died. What does this do? Forgot what that does. Parfum Grace, Heart Charm, bandages. Oh, there's a Lady of Pain ragdoll. Let me get that. That may be useful for later. This is kind of useless, to be honest. I bought this thing, but we don't really need extra intelligence. I guess we can. I don't know. I don't know if wisdom, because it does not go above 25, right? So we equipped him with all these bolts, and it was kind of useless. Skin of regrets. We should keep the spear. I don't know if the journal is going to be useful. It's because he has such low inventory space, honestly. I think Dakon had some interesting spells. Yeah, Scroll of Celestial Host is an insane spell. Let's get that. Globe of Invulnerability is also good. I don't know what the Sounding Stone does though.
All right.
Mort has some. Okay, Mort has more. We have enough Heart Charm to kind of last us for quite a while. And Bloodfly Charm. Hopefully this will be enough. Sadistic Frame will bounce back some damage, which is also nice. This is good. But I don't know if you're going to use that. Modern Cube, let's just leave it on the ground for now. I don't think we'll be able to use it here. Anything else? Okay, let me reload, and I think what we're gonna do this episode, we're not gonna proceed further here. What we're gonna do is we're gonna teleport to all the 5 locations and cover those dialogue options. Seems like Daenerys is gone. Maybe she isn't. Maybe we'll meet her again and we'll get to move to those other places. But it feels to me like that's a lower probability. So what we'll do with this episode is we'll go back to that earlier save where Diana is standing, and we'll try to visit all 4 of those locations and see if it leads to different outcomes, just to see more of the game, you know. So let me make a bigger save here. This is what we'll return to finally, because I feel like something odd is going to happen here. Maybe not. No, I guess we can just choose the option to traverse the what's his name, the our adversary, and that'll probably lead directly to the fighting arena, I guess. I don't know if yeah, she's gone. I don't even want to see the cutscene if there's a cutscene here, you know. So let me load the quick load.
I feel stronger.
And save game here.
Done.
And let's just talk to her. I wish to speak to you for a moment and tell you how you died and why. What are you speaking of? Truth. When I brought you to this fortress, it was my intention that it was my intention. Don't use first, like, no, it was not your intention. It was, I guess everyone's merged now, so our memories are merged, and it has to be the first name, I guess. It was my intention that you die here. I need someone to remain behind so that they would serve me as a link to this place. I knew because you loved me so much that you would stave off the death and allow you to become a spirit. That is why you suffer now. When you died here in Fortress, it was because of the adversary that awaits us. He wished you to die so that we would be apart. I go to confront him soon, I will have my revenge. It's my God. But if I say the second option, she's going to have some like overflowing dialogue. It will be very painful to listen to. Let's just see what it is. Then I'll aid you, my love. Tell me how I can help you, and I shall do it. I'm trapped here. Can you help me escape? Okay. We can go back and change our answer. So that's nice. Let's say the truth. See how she reacts. When I brought you to this fortress, it was my intention that you die here. I need someone to remain behind so that they would serve as a link to this place. I knew because you loved me so much that your love would stave off death and allow you to become a spirit. That's why you suffer now. Daenerys faces a mask as you speak the words. Lie, I am sorry, Daenerys. Truth, I am sorry, Daenerys. Truth, it was necessary, Daenerys. I am sorry that you have suffered. Second one, let's use. Do you love me? If you say yes, my love, then nothing that has happened. Why do you have to push this? Oh my God. Of course, even that cannot kill the bond between us. Though I did not know you at first, I have come to love you. Your suffering has become mine, and I have found that I will do what I can to help you. I'm sorry, Dinner, I do not. I never knew you. Perhaps I had met you under different circumstances. Ugh. Okay. Death cannot kill the bond between us. Yeah, this will definitely get her. If you say the second one, that will also get her. If you say the third one, what will happen? Is she going to... Let's see. I don't think she's going to depart still. She'll still help us. Then this shall be the ending of thing between us, my love. I have remained here for you for no other reason. I'll help you one last time. Then I shall travel beyond the eternal boundary as I was meant. Okay. Okay. So she'll... she still calls us my love. And she'll do this one last thing. But then she'll... move to eternal boundary because this was her purpose, and as long as there isn't anything to wait for, she has no other purpose here, I guess. Then I'll ask this last thing and leave you in peace. I'm trapped here. Can you help me? We can actually go through. Okay, she has same thing. Though I did not know you at first, I have come to love you. Your suffering has become mine, and I have found that I will do what I can to help you. This is something that we, as a nameless one, this incarnation can kind of say. It's an okay thing to say. This is obviously a straight up lie that we can say. Then I will aid you, my love. Tell me how I can help. And okay, that's fine. That's fine. One more option, and we'll move on. Of course, the love event that cannot kill the bond between us. Okay. Okay. So yeah, doesn't really have any effect. I should rejoin my companions. There are things I need from him. It'll take us to that location directly, I guess. I want to see if there's a change. Let's see. Maybe the items are not present if we make that choice.
I forgive what you have done. I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Okay, she still forgives. This is such a tragic character. We can hear a sound effect of someone dying.
All right.
Okay. Those two like lead to the same location. It's just like we can add that flavor of practicality rather than emotion by just saying that we need things from our companions, but effectively it takes us to the same place. That's okay. Let's reload.
I feel stronger.
I wish to go to where my mortality is and recover it. I wish to find my adversary and defeat him. I guess all four of these options lead to the same place. I think that's what it is. I wish to go to where my mortality is and recover it. As you wish, my love, touch my hand. She'll take us to the same place. Okay.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Yeah. She doesn't say the forgive part. What's that sound effect though? Is it Mort dying? Maybe Mort is the only person who didn't die and now Mort is dying too. It's the same location. Let's load again. Oh, not this one.
I feel stronger.
I shall wait for you in death's halls, my love.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I think we'll stop the episode here. I need to reload the one where I didn't like lie to Dainara. So let me load that save. Load game. It's probably a larger save at the fortress's roof. Okay, this is the one. 153. Let's load that.
Done.
Do a quick save. I think we already collected the items. I think. We didn't? No, we did. We have 35 heart charms. And even if the fight is going to happen here, we can even rush back back to this location and collect all the items from our companions and use it, you know. If the fight is going to happen here. And we are not like trapped in. So it should be okay. Let's stop this episode here. And we'll probably maybe the last episode next time. If the game finishes up and we get all the lore details, it'll be still quite a long episode, right? So yeah, we'll pick it up from here next time.